In the heart of the Great Pyramid, beneath the watchful gaze of the Martian Sphinx, a lone cloaked figure entered the main hall. Minister User, the Grand Custodian of the Violet Sash, sat upon a throne-like chair carved from Martian stone. Before him stood a group of cloaked figures, their faces obscured by the shadows of their hoods. One of the figures spoke in a hushed tone, addressing the Grand Custodian.
As we anticipated, the latest cover-up operation was a resounding success. The construction crew encountered another set of artifacts, remnants of the so-called canals on Mars, but they were swiftly removed and the site was secured without arousing suspicion.
The Grand Custodian nodded in approval, his eyes gleaming with satisfaction.
Excellent work. The secrecy of our operations must be maintained at all costs.
At that moment, another figure emerged from the shadows, clad in the robes of a chronicler.
Minister, I bring news from the Order of Chroniclers. We have observed a decrease in the number of obstacles encountered by our construction crews. It appears that the disruptions caused by ancient artifacts have significantly diminished.
The Grand Custodian's expression softened slightly at the news.
This is welcome information, Chronicler. Our efforts to conceal the truth from the public must not be impeded by these archaeological findings.
The Grand Custodian's thoughts drifted to the ongoing translation efforts at the Martian Sphinx. Millennia had passed since the inception of the Violet Sash. He thought of the chance meeting over 5 millennia ago of a young scientist and a determined young woman looking for her place in a new world. No one at the time understood what would become of Violet Siss's chance encounter with Dr. Angela Cardenas, certainly not Angela or Violet. However, the path these two women would embark on would shape the course of human history over the next 5,000 years and beyond. Dr. Angela Cardenas led a covert team officially known as the Safety Enforcement Team. They were tasked with discovering, translating, and protecting the secrets of the ancient structures found in the Caledonia region. This included an Egyptian-like pyramid and what was left of a giant sphinx that had been worn down by countless thousands of years of sandstorms, which left it almost indistinguishable from the surrounding rock formations. It took a small team of engineers over 6 months to clear the main passages of sand before Angela could even tour the ancient structure. While Angela's team excavated the giant pyramid's holes, a small team of engineers sealed any openings in the structure. Working from a nearby emergency evac cavern as a base of operations, eventually the team of engineers had both the pyramid and Sphinx sealed with personnel-sized airlocks, as well as equipped with life support systems and power. After 10 months of full days in environ suites, finally, Violet could walk the ancient halls free of a heavy life support-equipped suit. Thus began a work that would eventually evolve into the longest continuously functional human organization, known today as the Violet Sash. Grand Custodian of the Sash, Minister User, reflected on how harsh those years at the dawn of this civilization on the planet must have been. No wonder man had adopted the myth of Ayers and Enyos so easily. He was grateful to be living in a time where the valley around him was carpeted in colorful flowers and full of life, since that wasn't always the case. Despite these immensely improved conditions, User knew that the ever-constant and growing purple sky was a sign of his planet slowly dying and returning to the angry red desert once again. He knew this because he was one of the few privileged to know the truth, privileged and cursed. User's privilege as Grand Custodian gave him access to all of the archives located deep within the Sphinx. He had studied them for years. User was well aware of the potential fate of his world if he could not save it. Of course, that was nothing new to the Violet Sash. But those are stories for another day. Coming soon. Year 5000, Book 2 in the Mobius Strip series from Paul Joseph Linenfelser. Also subscribe to see more chronicles of the Violet Sash.